Hey, how's it going? My name is Iso from ForageSF, and I am going to show you today what to do with your mushroom box. First off, really, thank you so much for ordering. You know, this is a new thing for us, and it's really exciting. So I'm going to make a little video. We'll see how it goes, and you know, maybe the next one will be better. So first off, in your box are these beautiful little piapini mushrooms, which I love. These are so nice. These are really amazing for a lot of reasons. You know, first off, they're super easy to clean, which is really nice. So basically all you want to do with these is you just cut off the base here. Just cut off the root, and that's really it. You know, so then when you're cooking them, you just kind of want to saute these in butter. Just kind of as they are, I kind of pull them apart a little bit. I included a couple of recipes in the email that you're seeing right now. No need to dry saute these really. You know, there's not really too much moisture in them. That's the nice thing about farm mushrooms, is that they're just perfect as they come. So next are these amazing porcinis, which are beautiful. And so you'll have a couple in here that are little button guys and a couple that are a little bit larger. As you can see, some of them are sliced in half. The reason we do that is because sometimes you can kind of get little critters in there. You know, that's the balance with forage food. You know, no one's spraying pesticides on it. No one's, you know, out there messing with them. They come from nature. But because of that, we just want to, you know, watch out, because you don't want too many of those guys, because then you won't have any mushroom left. So what you do with the porcini is first you want to clean them off. Often, as you can see some knife marks on the ones you have. So we've actually cleaned them for you. A lot of them kind of cut that bottom part off, and they've been washed in like a river stream, you know, by the forager. So a lot of the dirt's already gone, which is really nice. But if you see a little bit of dirt on that, you know, first thing I would do is take a wet rag, just kind of try to wipe it off. You know, so that will work pretty well. You know, if that didn't work, you can rinse them underwater. It's a common misconception that you can't wash wild mushrooms. It really won't hurt them. You know, what you want to do if you do wash them is when you cook them, just dry saute them a little bit. And there's some instructions in the email about kind of how to do that. And the idea with that is it pulls out some of that moisture, it concentrates the flavor, but it's really not hurting them if you wash them off. So this one looks pretty good. So what you can do now, you can either take the cap off, like I said in the email, or you can just slice them as is. So I like to do little 1/8 inch slices. So nice little slices there. And this is a really great way to cook them, you know, in any dish, you know, or maybe slice them a little bit smaller. If you're gonna store them, it's a really good idea to do this basically right away. Because the little critters that I was talking about, if you leave the mushrooms whole, they can grow in there. These are beautiful. Like I haven't seen any holes in these at all, but it's not a negative if you see holes. It's just kind of like part of the deal. So if you are gonna, falling apart a little bit. If you are gonna keep them like this, yeah, I'll grab a more beautiful one. If you are gonna keep them like this sliced, what you wanna do is put them on a sheet tray with a little parchment paper and just store them in the coldest part of your fridge. Another way you could do that is like in a paper bag in the fridge. You know, kind of check on them every couple days. They might dry out a little bit, but you just wanna give them enough kind of air space, kind of give them enough room so they can breathe. Because the worst thing is putting wild mushrooms into plastic and then they're gonna rot. And then you have these beautiful porcini mushrooms that someone spent days of their lives collecting out in the middle of the woods. And then you open your fridge and they're rotten, and that's just so sad. And plus, they're so delicious, and you don't want to waste them. So please don't do that. So that's a good way to deal with these guys. The next ones in here, which I love, are these woodier mushrooms, which often you see dried, and I love when you see them fresh. You know, they're so delicious. A really cool kind of like little side note about these is they're really good for your immune system. So that's a nice thing kind of during this time of craziness. Don't saute these because they'll blow up kind of like popcorn and pop in the pan, and the oil will then shoot out into your face. So please don't do that. If you are gonna saute them even a little bit, You want to slice them really thin at a super low heat. You know, what I like to do with them mostly though is put them in soups, you know, or maybe in a salad. So if you're gonna put them in a soup, you know, cut them up to your kind of desired size. They're already clean, so you don't need to clean them at all. These are amazing. You know, if there's a little dirt, you can rinse these too if you do want to, if there's any dirt on them, but I don't see any on these. Just throw them into a soup. You know, cook them for a couple minutes in the soup. That's a really good way to do it. If you want them in a salad, like a nice cold salad, I like to blanch them for about 5 minutes. Never eat mushrooms raw. It's just, some people have sensitivities to them. You kind of never know if you will, so you could be fine, but I just always cook mushrooms. That's just kind of a rule in my mind. Yeah, so blanch them and then kind of toss them with a little like rice vinegar, a little sesame oil, maybe like julienne carrots and celery, and just, it's a really nice, like crispy, crunchy. They have a great texture. I love them. Yeah, they're really nice too. Like after you dry them and rehydrate them, you really don't get this texture. So this is really the lucky find. So that's what we have for today. Again, thank you so much for ordering, and I love your feedback. You know, like I said, this is a super new thing for us, kind of pivot during the COVID, but I love that we're able to provide this stuff for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks so much.